Hey guys, welcome back to the Brik House. Brik Catchem here, and we got another Pokemon Unite news, leak, update sort of video. In case you're unaware, we've got a lot of leaks that came out this past week. A lot of data mines happened about upcoming events, upcoming holoware coming out, and I thought it'd be interesting just to look through it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and let's just get right into it. So here we got on Magikarp's Twitter page just a kind of visual on the items they got buffed and nerfed. So a Cell Bracer and Driving Lens got nerfed. Rocky Helmet Shell Bell got buffed. And as well as these are generally the buffs. Clefable's kind of like in a neutral balance. Like it did get a bit of a nerf, but also got a little bit of a buff. And you know, some bug fixes as well. A lot happening on Zacian. He was being played a lot, so a lot of eyes on him recently. Alright, anyway, so we can just move on now to the new items. So we got the Amulet Coin and the Choice Scarf making their entrance to the game. These are items that are, you know, from the mainline games, mostly in theme with the items we've seen. So yeah, so these are the two new items that are going to be confirmed. I believe they're confirmed to coming out next week. But yeah, so we have the Amulet Coin, which is going to be a movement speed item, which does mean now we can stack 3 movement speed increased items, as well as having the yellow emblems to max out your movement speed across the map. And there's going to be some very fast Dodrios and Galarian Rapidashes, and I'm going to be very interested in seeing how they do. So HP and movement speed, and yeah, so for defeating wild Pokemon, Aeos Energy will acquire will increase by 100%, and goal scoring speed will increase by 10%. That's going to be great for backdooring. It's going to be pretty specific on who's going to be good with. Think like Dodrio, Galarian Rapidash, Greedent, maybe even Sableye. The people who really prioritize. But it's going to be, I think, a very effective item in its current state. And then as well, we have the Choice Scarf. So another item that is found in the mainline games, and it seems that when you auto attack, you're going to increase your movement speed. So immediately I think of builds like, you know, Razor Leaf, Decidueye, Dragapult, Greninja even, really benefiting from something like this. Especially for getting away. Like, that's one of the biggest issues with some of these attackers. They lack an escape, and even thinking about like pairing this with Cramorant, for instance, who's like amazing at kiting, he's just gonna get better at being able to kite with the Choice Scarf now introduced. And 7.5 attack speed is a pretty good amount, so this is gonna be a very interesting item, and can't wait for this to come out. Again, it should be about next week they come out. So yeah, so this is the new Neo Street style. It's going to be coming out at the end of May. I'm just going to replace the new one, so if you're interested in this style and something you maybe want to save up for. We also have Star Styles theme, and I believe Psyduck is also kind of in this theme as well. I think I'm going to get to that in a bit. But it's the Star Style Espeon, and it's looking pretty good. It's going a bit of away from those kind of the China focused skins and more into more global, you know, anybody can enjoy kind of thing. So we also have some Fairy Festival coming soon. It looks like it's also going to be tied with Alcremie, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, we just see skins for Galarian Rapidash, which can't believe it's already getting a new skin. Darkrai's still sitting at 1 skin, and Rapidash is gonna get 2 already. Okay. No skin on Gardevoir it seems, but Zoomerel and Clefable along with Alcremie. And so with all this, it's seeming to coincide at the beginning of June, which I will get to in a second. But yeah, and then, so yeah, here's just more on that EV event. And there's gonna be a little Blissey Valentine Battleground update. So this is seeming like 2026, it seems. Since Valentine's Day is in February, obviously, so we'll see maybe if it's tied to something else perhaps, but that is most of it. So we also have more outfits coming out. This is going to be sort of in that star style theme, so I believe this might be looking like kind of like the battle pass. And yeah, here's a good picture. So this is all of the new 3 skins that kind of got leaked out or data mined. They're just found on the patch file, so we just know this will be, you know, coming to the game in the next patch, which is expected in a couple weeks right now here. So the next thing we need to touch on will be the next major patch update. So next major patch update is probably going to be happening on June 5th, and most likely will be with Alcremie's release. According to also the data mines as well, Alcremie seems to have been pushed back to June, and that seems to also be coincide with the Switch 2 release. So yeah, so we will have to wait a little bit longer than we otherwise anticipated. It seems that we should have gotten it earlier. So like in the last week's video, I kind of expected, you know, this patch to come. My little conspiracy hat, I guess, and say I do actually expect like an update on the 14th, sometime next week, maybe even like right after. The little header that comes up at Alcremie is a week away, and they're gonna drop that on the 14th, and then, you know, a week later after that, Alcremie will be in the game. I imagine was originally the plan to, you know, to keep on cadence with the rest of everything. But yeah, it seems that instead of it coming out next week, it will be pushed back to around June 2nd or June 5th. And maybe we'll get some more Pokemon announcements, maybe even talk about some of the other games. So PTS date has also been pushed back to Thursday, the 22nd of May. So the PTS, by the way, is the public test server. So what they're referring to is, originally it was supposed to be yesterday, in fact, that Alcremie was going to enter the public test server. And now we have some like more high res pictures, not that not the fluffy stuff, like not the artifacty stuff from last time. So we have an actual cake blob thrown in the air. Its unite move would be called Fluffy Cream Supreme, which is something. But yeah, so originally it was supposed to be happening on May 15th, but now pushed back to May 22nd. And you can expect when it's on the public test server, about a week after that, it will come out to the main games. And then they usually have a special day they want to, you know, release everything on. I believe it's like a Thursday they usually do their releases. So yeah, just pulling up the calendar, yeah, like June 2nd to June 5th. That's when we should be expecting Alcremie to be in the game. Perhaps a week later, if they just want to announce that they want that to be the announced date. Again, things can always change, as you can just see. This was information 6 days ago that would have been accurate, but now is inaccurate. So that's just the nature of how fast some data mines leak, and you know why sometimes like why, for instance, I kind of waited a little bit before making a video on talking about the case of everything, because a lot of things are moving really fast. So a lot of people wanted to get ahead of it, but a lot of that information is now turning out to be incorrect, right? So moving on, we could just talk about win rates, right? So the patch just happened And so it'll take a little bit of time for everything to reflect properly, but you can see over here that, yeah, we have some decrease in some win rates from these all-rounders who were doing pretty well recently. So yeah, these patches are going to take, so we haven't like really seen them take into effect right now, but this is kind of like the last week I expect to see Zashi and Gyarados up here. I think Dodrio is going to become very, very scary. He's going to become a very... It's not that Dodrio has been getting buffed directly, but everything around Dodrio has been getting buffed a lot. And Dodrio's not even necessarily someone who wanted to... Like he was a Pokemon who could benefit from stacking the Celebracer. But even now, like with the Nerfs and then a new item coming out that's just better for him, he'll have a little bit of time. I think they're kind of balance testing around Dodrio right now to see if he's gonna need any nerfs. I do kind of expect maybe some nerfs to come Dodrio's way with these items, kind of like a part 3-ish to the patch. I don't really see a way right now that Dodrio's win rate is gonna go down. It's already, I guess, already at 52%. This is already hovering around where the developers of the game are definitely looking at and want to nerf. So he's definitely, I would say, on their priority list. So being said, it means that it's probably a good time to play some Dodrio games. You've probably played against some really good Dodrios recently. And, get ahead of it before it gets nerfed. The Charging Charm and the Float Stone. This Float Stone is an item that, is being played a lot more often. It was an item that wasn't that good originally, and it's mostly because it was the only speed item. But as they're adding more and more speed items, now, you can have 3 speed items, and even stacking yellow emblems is a more viable strategy now on more Pokemon, which does give the game a whole lot more depth. It's not just about, stacking your special attack or stacking your attack. Now, stacking your speed stat can give you very good benefits, and also stacking a crit focused emblem set is a lot more focused. So it's really interesting that we're able to get a lot more variance in the game without them necessarily adding Pokemon, but by adding items that now they're making old strategies viable, all of a sudden viable. So I guess I just want to end off with a reminder that I do have a Discord that I post a lot of this information to. So it's something, if you want to kind of stay ahead of the curve, then the link's in the description. Just wanted to plug that in there at the end there. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know, are you planning on running any specific builds now, or any emblem sets or item sets now that we're gonna get a new stacking item and a new movement speed item? There's speedsters and attackers that are gonna benefit greatly from both of these items coming out. So it'll be very interesting to see the new builds that people are gonna start cooking up, as well as the new Rocky Helmet and Shell Bell buffs, right? So I want to know, are you running any new items now since the new buffs, or are you planning on doing any new items? Are you planning on cooking up any other are you cooking up any other ideas with these other new items coming out? Let me know in the comments. But thank you so much for watching. I've been Brik Ketchum, and I'll see you on Sunday with the new Pokemon Unite video. Have a great day, guys. Gotta brick them all.